Lorna, thank you so much for joining us. It's really a pleasure to see you on the other side of the screen, your smiley face. And how long have you been a councillor for, Lorna?
Not long, I'm just a newbie. I was elected in October.
How exciting!
First run, and I was elected after having supported another 2 female candidates in the previous 2 elections. I decided that enough was enough and I was going to go for it myself. We needed more women represented on council, and it did take me a couple of months to decide to do it, but I got so many requests from people in the public that I thought, well, I'll give it a go. I was on the ballot paper with another 3 men, and I thought traditionally down here they don't elect women, so I really gave it my best shot. Was out delivering 7,000 flyers with friends and family, and a number of members of the public who just got in touch and said, can I help you? Which was really nice. I think
awesome. Yeah.
To have that kind of support from people you don't know, and to have them there to assist and help with all the heavy work of getting elected was I was really grateful for all the help I received.
Yes, that's incredible. It helps so much, even if you just have 1 pair of extra hands or feet, basically, because if you're delivering the flyers yourself, as you know, that's quite a number of kilometers that you got to do. Yes. Well, it's good if you want to get in shape, I guess. It helps for that.
Yeah, that's good. But I've also got 4 children as well, so they came in handy.
Oh, lovely. Wow. Yours must be a little bit older than mine. How old are they?
The oldest is 18, and he's just started at Notre Dame University. He's studying politics and international relations.
Following in Mum's footsteps?
Well, not really, because I was only elected in October and he's wanted to do that course for a long time. Okay. And my next oldest is Murray, he's 16. And then I have a daughter, Helen, who's 12, who's 10.
Okay, so yes, now they're definitely old enough to be able to help Mum deliver the flyers. How awesome is that? Yes. And they must have been very excited when they heard that Mum made it in.
Yes, I took them to the count. They were all there, all family were there. I was one of the first declared because I was quite an easy ward. There was only 1 place available, so it was quite a quick count. They were to see, and it was really nice to have them there. It was a real family thing, the whole election and the declaration, obviously.
So you said it was about a couple of months out from the election that you started campaigning, is that right?
Yes, I'd say that was right. Around about July, I think I let people know I was intending to run. I was never very sure of when to declare. I was never very sure myself if I was actually going to do it. Because as soon as I did declare, I started to really worry about why would anybody want to vote for me? And how was I going to put that across? So the wording and the flyers were very agonizing for me. I don't know if that's a female thing, but I didn't ever want to put anything down there that I couldn't substantiate or that I didn't feel I could achieve. And that was always very important to me, that anything I put on that flyer, I was going to work for, I was going to work towards it. It was not just lip service.
Oh, well done. And your children, they're happy with Mum being a councillor now. How do you juggle being a mum to 4 and being a councillor? And do you do another job? Do you also work?
Well, I'm a mum, so that's a job. I did work up until number 4 was born. I'm actually a chartered accountant, so that was I really enjoyed my work and I had a great job, but I just found that it was getting harder and harder to juggle and balance everything, even just going down to 3 days a week, that I decided 10 years ago when number 4 was born I was going to have maternity leave, which has turned into eternity leave because I've never actually gone back.
But as you say,
10 years holidays.
Yeah, well, yes. if you're in my household, there's no holidays being a full-time mum. Or yes, it's so busy with with 4 kids.
Yeah.
But they always say if you want something done, give it to a busy person. So now you're a counsellor as well, and you manage to juggle both being a counsellor and a mum. What does your typical work week look like as a counsellor?
Apart from the usual meetings, there's usually only maybe 1 or 2 a week, and a bit of preparation time depending on the committee. Obviously I'm on planning and engineering, so at the moment, as part of City of Rockingham, it's a growing city, there is a lot of planning considerations, so sometimes our agendas are horrendously long, and that could take me 2 days to plough my way through, to do my own investigation, to work out whose interests are really at risk here. Is it interest? Is it possible that we can object? Because often in planning we can't, because so many planning decisions have been taken away from local government now. We can really only make suggestions to the WAPC or to the DAPs. So it's about getting that message across at the meetings, and also to councillors who sit on DAPs, so that residents can be represented. Residents meetings, I'm involved in a couple of committees and boards within the local area, and I'm always available to meet residents or to chat on the phone. I do prefer to phone residents. If they email me, I'll pick up the phone and just have a chat with them, because I think it's easier, and there's no misrepresentation then of what you're saying, because they can feel the inflection in your voice. And because I'm a new councillor and I'm relatively unknown, I think it's going to take a while for people to get to know me. But it's good. I do get good feedback. A lot of emails come in saying you're the one that can get it happening. So
that's awesome. Well done.
That's just in 6 months. But I do put a lot of effort and a lot of hours.
And what would you say, how has settling in on council been for you? How have you found how many new councillors were you firstly when you were elected on council in total, and then how did you find settling in?
Yeah, I think I'm correct in saying there was 5 new councillors. All 5 were new. No, there wasn't. There was 1 re-elected. So there was 6 up for re-election, 5 for re-election, and 1 new position, because we're growing. We added a councillor to our council.
Okay. So out of 12?
Out of 11 now.
11.
We're 11 now. So 5 were new, and 1 was a previous councillor returned. So we have 5 new councillors, and 6 have currently serving.
And how did you find settling in then?
It's been all right. I do think that we need to look at the induction process and to help new councillors settle in. On the night of the election, we were given a bundle of papers about that thick to take home and read, and we were back in chambers, but this is Saturday night. Within 2 days we were in making decisions, so I did feel out of my depth to begin with, and I could have done with more support. But additionally, I could have asked for it. I could have put my hand up and said I need some help here. So it's a double-edged sword, but I do think the induction process needs to be looked at down in our city to assist new councillors in doing their role, really, which is basic.
And how have you found being a councillor? What's your highlight so far?
I do enjoy going to the citizenship ceremonies, and I enjoy welcoming new citizens to the city and making sure they feel welcome and valued, and that their contribution is wanted by the city. I really love to see all the different nationalities coming in national dress. That's been a real fun thing for me. That's been very rewarding, as opposed to the hard slog of the reading of reports and trying to write responses to those reports, which again, I probably agonize a little bit too much over.
Yes, there's a lot of reading, and as you say, a lot of things that you need to take into account. And But I think the more you do it, the easier it gets. I'm sure you'll find that by now, where are we now? July. It's quite different to what it was for you maybe in November.
Yes, I'm getting quicker, and I'm also learning to just focus on one or two things and do them really, really well. Obviously read the full reports, but not be, not put so much on myself. I will make decisions, and I do make the decisions to the best of my ability, but I suppose from my background, having to have recorded reasons for making decisions. So as a chartered accountant, you're often interpreting rules and different things in regards to a set of accounts, and you have to document reasons for what you are doing and providing an alternative, a list of 1, 2, and 3, and why you're choosing number 1. So I did sort of apply that to my councillor role, and I was just doing too much. So
yes, it's about finding that balance.
Yeah, and also limiting the amount of time requests from residents as well, to only see 1 per day. So if I have an appointment on one day, that's all I'm going to do, because otherwise you just run out of steam. And I've certainly felt that before Christmas, I was just about on my knees because it was such hard work. And because I'm a new councillor in the area, I think everybody wanted to meet and wanted to tell me their current ongoing issues or alert issues. And I felt I gave too much before Christmas, and now I've kind of stepped back a little bit and I said, I will give, but only to this line.
Yeah, well, it's good that you know your personal boundaries, because ultimately you need to be able to continue the race. I say the race, continue going as a councillor. And if you don't look after your own well-being first, then, well, nobody is going to be looked after if you can't keep it up. So that's great. Well done for having realized that so early on, because some people, I think, realize that only a bit later on. And so I've just asked you about what's been the best thing, and what do you feel has been the hardest thing for you as a councillor?
I don't think there's anything hard. You obviously get disappointed if you bring a motion to council and you aren't successful, but you can't dwell on that. You just got to move on. I've done a lot of debating in school and such, and you just get used to decisions going your way or not, and you don't internalize those things. Just move on, brush it off. It's part of the daily business of council, is making decisions, and lots of them, and you won't agree with all of them, and the ones you don't agree with, and the ones that pass and you voted against and it's passed, you just let it go, move on to the next thing, because next month there's a whole new brand load of decisions need to be made. So I think from that point of view, I don't really find anything.
That's good.
Yeah.
If you were able to do it again, would you do it again?
Yes,
Good.
I would.
And so then, if there's anybody out there that's considering running, any woman thinking, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I, what would you say?
Do it. You give it a go. Even running for the council election, you learn a lot. You learn a lot about local government. You learn a lot about yourself. And that can be developing yourself as well.
Yeah, good professional and personal development.
Yes, yeah.
Any advice that you have for them? Tips on what they can consider doing during their election?
Well, I suppose what I did was to get some professional flyers made up. I did pass them around a lot of people for their opinions, altered them on the basis of what they said. I didn't just sit down one day at the computer and bash up an A4 sheet. I did get them printed professionally. I think that makes a big difference to your election chances. And I was available to people.
Via phone or in person?
Calls and emails from people asking about what my position was on certain things. A lot of things nothing to do with local government. 5G mobile phone towers, for example, climate change, a lot of issues that aren't within the realm of local government decision making. But I suppose if you're voting for somebody for a local government or any other level of government position, you want to know what their values are. So I was always quite happy to speak to members of the public to let them know who I was and not be ashamed of who I am or what my thoughts are.
That's great, yeah, because you got to take a position.
Yeah.
You can't just be in the never land or in the middle land always. You've got to take a, even if you don't always agree with what's happening out there, it's important that you stick to what your principles and your beliefs are.
Yes.
And I think if you're able to stand up and clearly explain and respectfully explain your position, that's probably one of the biggest things. People tend to go off on such a tangent, but they don't do it in a, if they're just cool and calm and collected and you have your point of view, then that's great. And I think everybody can respect somebody else for having a point of view, but it's how you portray that. That's what I found.
Yeah, I agree. It's not about the emotions of these decisions that we're making. You've got to take a step back and realize that the decisions you make sometimes are permanent, but sometimes they're only temporary, and they can always come back. If you don't agree, you can always bring something back.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much for your time, Lorna. It's been really lovely to talk to you and to learn more from your experience as a woman councillor and how you found it and how you got elected in the first state. Is there any parting thoughts that you'd like to leave our viewers with?
Sorry, you're breaking up there.
Do you have any parting thoughts that you would like to leave our viewers with?
I would just say, if you're a woman, don't let that hold you back. I know it can be perceived as a bit of a boys' club, especially on the executive side. I'm a bit disappointed that we don't have any female executive in the City of Rockingham, but hopefully that will change. And if you want support, I'm here for anybody from any part of WA to try and help and assist and just chat, really. I think that's one of the biggest things I have enjoyed as part of the mandatory training, which I think has been excellent, provided by ALGWA, has been the opportunity to meet other councillors. So to get a different perspective on, to help me sort of work my way through the Local Government Act. We all know what rules are in place. We all know what we should be doing. We know what isn't happening. And it's the connection between trying to make some changes, but also take people with you. That's the hardest challenge. And when you're trying to do that, you need to get some different perspectives from different people, listen to their experiences. So I would make myself available to anybody who was thinking about running.
How lovely of you. Thank you so much. We will take you up on your offer and put some contact details or ways that people can get in touch with you down below the video. And again, lovely to hear your story, and thank you for stepping up and representing the whole community, but doing that as a woman who have all these other pressing demands in your life as well, but just doing what your heart tells you to do, and that's stand up for what you believe in. Thank you again, Lorna. Have a lovely day.
All right, thank you.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.